check it. Ooh, damn, I'm playing chess or checkers. I don't even know which one yet. Can you say Chinese checkers anymore? I don't know.
Asian Pacific Islander checkers.
It's that month. It's that time of the year, baby. Welcome to another episode of The Great Mistake. My name is Graham Rogers, and with me, as always, is our handsome, bearded musical director slash co-host slash married man slash he eats Subway sometimes, which some brownie points against him, but that's okay. We're all learning. We're all getting better. You know? Sometimes I come over here and I see Gerard with the Subway wrapper, and I'm like, dude, what'd you have today? And he's like, I ain't even telling you. You know?
Yeah.
If you out there eating Subway, keep that shit hidden.
Italian BMT.
Ooh.
That's what I want for me.
That's what I want for me.
Or maybe some turkey. Or maybe some press board chicken. That's made from other chicken parts, pressed together in one weird patty-looking thing.
Ooh, dude. I wonder how chickens feel about being chickens, you know? We never asked a chicken how they feel about the whole thing. I mean, dude, people really ran with the idea of eating chickens, huh? Right? Like, chickens took off, dude. I mean, more than anything, chicken's in, and it may always be in. More so, I mean, beef's in.
Beef is what's for dinner.
Beef's what's for dinner, but I mean, think about, they have the impossible meat now to try to, you know, move past the beef, but there's no impossible for chicken. Chicken makes it possible.
Chicken is impossible.
It's just strange, right?
I mean, how do you make something that already tastes like nothing and tastes like everything?
I know.
Everything tastes like chicken.
And chickens aren't like a threat to the environment. Like cows, maybe they are. I don't know.
I don't know. Have you ever fought a chicken before?
No.
Ever seen a chicken fight? Cockfight?
I once did have a married woman get on my shoulders naked when I was a kid. And that's the closest I've ever gotten to a chicken fight before. And it was me and my brother, and we were in Jackson, Mississippi, and this older lady was feeding us Capri Sun and vodkas. And, you know, you have a few of those in you and I remember she had Pringles and Pop-Tarts, and you have a few of those in there, and then all of a sudden that residential pool looks pretty damn good, you know? So we're drinking Capri Suns, you know, having some fun listening to Y101, Jackson's number one hit radio station. And then all of a sudden, Mrs. McCarthy comes in, and she's like, "You guys want to do a chicken fight?" And I'm thinking, oh, this girl got some fucking birds in the closet, right?
Yeah. Or you're going to fight over some chicken.
Or,
like,
yeah.
I got a big plate of fried chicken.
Oh,
Whoever
yeah.
beats whoever's left standing gets it all.
I thought it was going to be brother versus brother, right?
Yeah.
Like me and Philip versus one another for this chicken dinner. She had other ideas, though. Yeah, Mrs. McCarthy was like, yo, let's head to the pool. And so we go over there, and at first, you know, we're having fun, and then, you know, then she's like, all right, it's time for the chicken fight. So I'm thinking about chicken nuggets. I'm thinking there's a fucking chicken fillet hidden somewhere in I don't know, maybe in a cabinet. Guess what? There ain't no chicken fillet, but what there's a woman's vagina. That's a different level of chicken. You ever been so hungry for chicken that you got woman vagina? I have. My brother have. That's a curveball, right? When you order a Postmates for chicken noodle soup and you get a woman's vagina.
Whoops.
Oops. What's that? And the woman's vagina sits on the back of your head. That's a chicken fight. And so I remember this lady got on my shoulders, and then another girl got on my brother's shoulders, and we just were naked, and they were clawing one another and hissing and fighting, and then the security guard came. I remember it was like it was probably like 11:30 on a Friday night, and this is the most action the security guard's ever seen, and I could probably bet with a firm handshake that he had been watching for a little bit before he even said anything, you know?
Yeah, I mean, adult chicken fights.
I mean, but we were kids, which makes it even funner, you know? Like, not only did he see an adult vagina, he saw a kid's little freaking toe scoop. he saw, you know, he saw a red-headed bearded dragon on this boy. And then my brother, I forgot what his balls looked like, but you know, they were there, I remember for sure.
Definitely.
And,
they probably just like your balls, but older, right?
well, he's younger than me.
Oh, so they're his balls, but your balls, but younger.
My balls, but younger. And also, he doesn't have the reddest of hair, so I think he had, I can't remember if he had even pubic hair at the time. If they so, they were light blonde pubic hairs. And I do remember my brother having a little bit bigger, a fatter chode than me, bigger, and that always made me a little bit insecure, but we've moved past that, you know, and he's a good guy now.
So at what point did you have to disrobe for this chicken fight?
Well, I think it was just that. I think it was if I can remember right, it was a full moon, and I remember when the moon got its fullest is when we
Yes.
there was no words being said. It was just like an all natural feeling of, "Arr!" And then all of a sudden, dude, I take off my wallabies, right? The woman takes off her pleated khakis, right? She's in pleated khakis. And I just remember having her, she hopped on my back. She was getting the dunk down so she could get on my shoulders. And she got on, and then I just had a bare woman's vagina on my shoulders. You know, and that's a funny feeling, right?
It's a lot of responsibility for a young kid.
Dude, and not only that, I mean, talk about a leg workout and a core workout. Back then I wasn't that athletic, right? Still am not that today. But I had to do it for her, you know? And so the moon's full and these girls start going after one another. Me and my brother, you know, are just trying our hardest not to make eye contact with each other's penises, right? But we're in the shallow end also, and so sometimes you may get a ball that floats to the top, you know? It's a full moon.
Yeah, your balls are really buoyant.
The balls are
The whole thing is pretty buoyant.
so buoyant, dude, and it's a full moon. A full moon makes balls more buoyant, if you didn't know that. So we're fighting, we're having a fun time. I'm still thinking about chicken nuggets, by the way. I'm saying I'm still hoping that there's a fucking stray bird down in the pool gutter somewhere. Ain't no chicken nowhere. She just wanted to get her bare vagina on my shoulders. And then a security guard comes out, a flashlight. And whenever there's a flashlight pointed at your face, that's not good. I'll bet that there's never been a good flashlight pointed at anyone's face.
Yeah.
Write me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. I've never had one pointed at my face, anything other than anger.
And yeah, there's no friendly flashlights.
Yeah.
There's no friendly flashlights. It's only, hey, what are you doing here? He knows.
Hey, what's going on here?
It smells like Capri Sun and vodka here. It smells like prepubescent boys. But you know what it didn't smell like? Fucking chicken fingers.
Ouch.
Ouch. Dude, so I have a little bit of God, I've been dealing with stress. Okay. And I see it here, and you're adding to it, Gerard, and I fucking Erewhon.
Oh.
Can we stop? Why are we going here? Why?
I've been anti-Erewhon since like 15 years ago.
Bro, you got an Erewhon bottle right here, dude.
I can't.
What is that doing here?
My wife's body.
That's
that
what you're wrong. Dude, you are the husband. That is your job, to police your wife's body. You know? That's when she says I do, that means I do to you, policing and saying you can't go. But dude,
I left that out of the vows. It was in my first draft of vows when we were to get married, and it was I will stop going to Erewhon.
Yes.
And I had to take it out for time, unfortunately. Ran over.
So what slipped in? Because
something about loving each other forever and better for worse.
Better or worse, dude.
And erectile or dysfunction, all that stuff. In desert and in jungles.
Yeah. So I understand a little bit, but dude, so I go to Erewhon, right? With my buddy, with Joe. And all I want is a Snacky. And a snicky snacky should not be any more than $8, okay? I'm just telling you right here.
Yeah, that's the definition of a snack.
A snicky snacky. You get a little drink, maybe a little like yerba mate, maybe a little tea, maybe a little chip, maybe a little energy bar. There ain't no snicky snacky here. You ain't leaving out of that place without dropping $30 on something you didn't really want in the first place. All right? I'm tired of trendy places. I'm done. You know? I want more Walmarts. I want more Kmarts. Dude, I want more. Dude, I want more TGI freaking Fridays. I'm tired of, the butcher's daughter. Here there's a trend of
Wait, what's up with the butcher's daughter?
It's a vegan place, but they called it the butcher's daughter. It's like I'm tired. I'm done.
Oh, so like the butcher's daughter who hates her father.
Of course.
And now has become a vegan just to make him angry because he loves meat so much.
Exactly. Just like the priest's daughter is a whorehouse. All right. So I'm a big fan of coconut of coconut milk, of almond milk, of oat milk. I like, and I'm not against the dairy industry. It's just I've just started to like dairy-free milk. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a butcher's daughter, but I like an oat milk, okay? It tastes good. It doesn't hurt my little tummy. I like it, all right? Come at me, all right? I used to like whole milk. I'm from Mississippi. It was delicious. I just can't. It's just too much right now.
My uncle was actually a dairy farmer. And you know what happened to his daughters?
She got butched.
She doesn't drink any dairy.
Damn. We're on to something.
This is the dairy farmer's daughter we're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
New restaurant.
It's just all dairy-free, vegan.
Yeah. It's all we needed.
Gosh.
And all we need to do is come up with that website, trademark it, and then the butcher's daughter will come to us eventually and be like, "Hey, I want
of course,
the dairy farmer's daughter now."
Of course,
it's now you got to pay.
Because the dairy farmer's daughter would be their vegan ice cream shop. Let's get real. And their vegan cheese stand. Let's trademark it right now. Done.
Trademarked. Done.
That's how you do trademarks. And now it's on a podcast and then done.
And that trademark comes from my company that's actually the copyright infringer's son, because I hate my dad who infringed on copyright and trademarks.
Yes.
So now that's all I do is trademarks.
I love it. I love it.
Check out the copywriterinfringerson.com for all your trademark needs.
Yes. We have one friend, Gerard, that has been really struggling with and we've been struggling as men, and this is a very odd thing for men to struggle with, that we have been struggling with how our adult male friend has been dressing, and it's making us uncomfortable because he's dressing like Larry David. And if you're Larry David, you can dress like Larry David.
Right.
But that's about it.
So describe that outfit for everybody.
We call it peasant chic. So he has these nondescript brown shoes with white kind of rubber soles.
Okay,
I would say
this sounds awful already. Brown shoes is already literally off on the wrong foot, starting on the wrong foot.
Automatically on the wrong foot. You can have a nice pair of brown leather boots for sure, but brown shoes, not a chance. And not a brown sneaker. Let's make sure we know what we're doing. This is a brown sneaker.
A brown sneaker.
A brown leather sneaker.
That sounds like some kind of disgusting sex move.
Dude,
I gave her a brown sneaker last night.
Might as well, because that brown sneaker ain't getting any action.
Yeah.
Just like this poor guy. Okay, then from there, he has a pair of what I could only describe as maybe jeans, but we don't really know where or when they came from. And they seem like they could be from Gap circa 2010. Okay.
What color are they?
They're not dark enough to be black or dark jeans, and they're not light enough to be a cool pair of light wash jeans.
Okay.
They're right in the middle. So they're this kind of ugly blue, just a very basic blue that doesn't do anything to help, right? So that's the bottom part. On top, he has, and I call it, the shirt he wears is what can only be described as a hookah loungewear shirt. Like imagine if Ralph Lauren Polo cologne had a shirt. This is what he was wearing. Okay, it's the cologne equivalent of a shirt. If cologne was a shirt, it would be what he was wearing, right? Think of a gaudy graphic. Okay, think of a it looks like he's working behind at a vape shop.
Okay, what color?
Usually it's like a dark maroon with like gold lettering of some ilk. It has some kind of embroidery or weird stitching,
and it's collared.
No. It's a shirt, and it's usually such a deep V-neck that it becomes a U-neck.
Okay, so you're talking short sleeves?
Short sleeves, yes.
Short sleeves.
Kind of like a crimson red.
Crimson red.
Yes.
Loud embroidery.
Loud embroidery, or
V-neck.
U-neck.
That turns into a deep U.
Yes. Yeah. As night wears on, so does the collar. It's insane. It's either like a dark kind of crimson, and think about it with the brown shoes.
Yeah.
With the weird colored jeans with the red crimson throw-uppy. It looks like a very like earth tones, right?
Okay.
And he acts way too confident. I will never say that any girl's way out of anyone's league, right? But this girl literally said, "I'm way out of your league." And this is how it's set up. He's out, they're going to get food. He's dressed like a fucking Quaker, right? He's dressed up in nondescript weird jeans with the shoes and acting like an alpha male turkey, right? If you're gonna be alpha male turkey, you better fucking bring the heat. You better have a little bit something cool to wear. You better,
Yeah, he's trying to peacock, but he's a turkey.
Exactly, my friend. And so the conversation with the girl is he kind of breaks it to her that I like you. They have a legit connection. They do.
And this is a first date, second date?
This is like a second date, right? They met on Clubhouse, fucking joke. And it's a second date and a third date. And, they are, I'll give them this, they are vibing, all right?
There's some clicking.
There's some clicking. Yeah, there's some clicking. And so he's like, hey, like we should, straight up, like, hey, we should do this for real. And she was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, let's date. And she's like, no, like, I just kind of met you and I don't really want to, I just don't want to do that right now. He's like, well, too bad, this is what we're doing. And then what?
Always works,
especially if you're dressed like a turkey, right? Like a Quaker, like a peasant, right? If you're just like Larry David and you don't have Larry David money, it's not gonna work, baby, right? The other day we're at dinner, he shows up, okay, with a wrist guard. No one needs to wear a wrist guard. He's not a pro skater. He's not playing football. He's not a bowler. It's for his freaking fingers, because he has carpal tunnel, I guess.
He's got the carpal tunnel.
He has carpal tunnel, which is fine, which is okay. But you take the wrist guard off when you get to dinner with your friends.
You don't need to brag about it.
No. And he dude, wear your wrist guard when you're walking with me, when you're at home by yourself, when you're on the phone with your mom. Don't bring it to Gracias Madre.
Yeah.
People.
This is a hate crime.
Yeah. I officially am in a relationship. I have a fucking girlfriend, and I love her. And it's the first time that so much of what I believed was my personality has been wrapped up in this like single guy about the town, right? Like I've always been the fun single guy, and I've kind of evolved around that persona, and
got a lot of cachet.
I have a lot of cachet, and I meet this girl, and I wasn't looking for this at all. Which, I used to tell people this. I used to say, the best things happen when you're not expecting them.
Oh, yeah, they do, baby.
But I would say that without actually feeling it, because I had never experienced it. But I believed it to be true, and I also believed, before I met Lauren, I believed that love was out there, and I believe that people did fall truly in love, but I had resigned myself to the fact that it wasn't going to happen to me. And I was okay with that. I was like, I just have something. There's a maybe part of my brain that just doesn't. I just can't get that deep. Okay, and I was okay. I like my friends, and it was. And then I meet this girl, and I try so hard to run, right? Because that's what I've been doing most of my life, is running. I always am 1 foot out the door with women, and I'm not comfortable. And
right, because you don't want to be the person left standing there when they leave.
Exactly.
So you keep 1 foot.
Yes, 1 foot in,
the door.
1 foot out the door, or I'll keep the door cracked so they can have 1 foot out the door.
Yeah. But you're also keeping one chamber of your heart outside the door too.
Oh, big time. That aortic valve is in the hallway.
Yeah.
Most of the time is in the hallway. And I've always also been very peculiar and very particular about how I sleep. My sleep routine is a little bit daft, a little bit weird. I sleep with the princess eye shades on, and I sleep with the Bose headphones, and I have a fan app. I sleep like a crazy person, but I'm very particular about it because I like my sleep, and I also have PTSD from doing a lot of cocaine and not sleeping. Like if I'm up at 3 a.m., I start getting anxious because it reminds me of being on coke. Anyway, long story short, I am very weird about my space, and I never thought that I would ever feel comfortable with not only having a girl stay the night, but wanting her to not leave the next morning. And I've been proven wrong. And it's a beautiful thing.
It is beautiful.
It's fucked my world up. It's turned my world upside down. And it's beautiful in life to be wrong, and to have your preconceived notions flipped upside down. And that's exactly what's happening at every turn. At every corner, I'm realizing another falsehood, another lie that my brain has been telling me, whether it's from past trauma or to prevent future trauma. And I've turned into a sappy tree, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Because that's, you end up realizing that life is just about the people you care about, and the things, not things like material, but activities you enjoy. It's like, oh, do I get to go to the beach? Do I get to go to the beach with my friends? Mm-hmm. Do I get to go to the beach with my loved ones? And that's all that really matters.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
And it's maddening to me that so many people know that in their hearts, because if you ask them, like, oh, what means the most to you in life? They're like, oh, my kids.
Yeah.
But how many people, really work their lives so they can spend their most time with their kids? Yeah. It's impossible, really. Yeah. And you're like, well, I have to work. So like, oh, I'm going to work 12 hours a day so my kids have everything they need. Yeah. And you go, well, I thought, don't you want to spend time with them too? And they're like, yes, but they need to have everything they need.
Yes.
And at some point when you're 60 and you're like, oh man, I worked so hard and I got a little bit ahead, but I sent my kid to a private school and they still got into drugs.
Yeah.
They're still unhappy.
Yeah.
And
they're still dressing weird.
Yeah, they're still wearing brown shoes.
Yeah.
What happened here?
What happened?
If you were home spending time with them, you could say, hey, brown shoes are a no-go.
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 Are a no-go. When you do have a good thing that comes your way, climb that mountain. See what's up there.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Take an honest jab at it. An honest and truthful jab at it. And that's what I did. But what's amazing is just how natural it happened, and how all these things that I never thought I would do, I'm doing. And
real quick, Graham, before this, what was your longest relationship?
9 months.
9 months?
And I've been in love 3 times. This is the third time.
So the first time you fell in love, did she break your heart?
Oh, dude, so bad. But this was when that relationship ended because I chose cocaine and partying, and I was selfish beyond doubt.
Right.
And that's what really tore me apart was after she broke up with me, I was in disbelief for like 2 weeks, and then the reality of the situation hit, and I literally cried to my mom on the phone every freaking day. Every day. It was my first true taste of heartbreak. And I never thought I would ever get over that.
Yeah, but you did.
I did. And it's that beautiful thing and that wonderfully scary thing called time.
I mean, I had my heart broken really bad when I was 21.
Nice.
And I mean, it took like maybe a year after she got married to somebody else.
Yeah.
To where I was like, oh, you know what? It was super embarrassing because she invited me to the wedding and it was fun. And I was...
When you were at the wedding, were you still kind of like hoping that...
No, not at all. I was very happy for her. But it was more like I didn't realize how much she still meant to me because I drank a lot and I was talking to a friend. I kept calling her my ex's name. She's like, that's not my name. Why do you keep calling me by her name? Because I was so drunk and I was just talking and pouring my heart out, and I just kept calling her
your ex's name who's getting married?
Yeah.
That's almost as bad as wearing brown shoes.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's a brown shoe moment. Right?
And literally after the third time, I was like, I was just like, hey, I got to go smoke a cigarette. And I just left because I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I literally slept in my car because I was still really drunk.
Oh, God. I'm so glad those days are over. So glad.
But that's, and that was almost 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I've definitely dated. But yeah, it was still there. Like it was still there. I had that rejection sting.
Yeah,
was still with me, and it took me a long time to just want to date like wholeheartedly and
totally.
Eventually I got into that mode of, dude, it's heartbreak, man.
It's heartbreak.
It sucks, but you get over it, and it's usually worth it. I mean, our time together was definitely worth it, even though she broke up with me later. I was, I enjoyed the time I had, and that's all you can do.
Yeah, and you hope to somehow learn and to utilize the experience to, to propel your next relationship to greater heights.
Yeah.
And, I think that's what the accumulation of all these experiences are. I mean, when that person broke up with me, I remember telling myself very clearly, and this was before I got sober also, I remember saying, I never will treat someone I love like this ever again, and...
Because you treated them too good or too bad?
Oh, she didn't break up to me because I was treating her too good. Yeah, no, it was because I was... Yeah. And she gave me a lot of chances, and that's what really hurt me in the end was it was me that led this beautiful, very nice, very funny girl away from me because I was just very self-destructive, and I just remember being like, I'll never treat someone like that again. And I feel like I haven't, and, but yeah, I don't know. But this is the first time in my life, like, I would move in with her, and also like, yeah, I don't know.
You're feeling domestic. She's got you feeling a little domestic.
Dude, it's crazy. I feel good when I'm around her. What's happening to me?
Well, that's normal.
Yeah, I feel good when I'm around her. I like sleeping over more. I like being around her more than not being around her.
Yeah.
You got to meet her. She's the best. She's so sweet. She's so great. But she has multiple master's degrees. I almost finished college and I have a podcast.
Yeah.
She's got to make a little bit more until this thing blows up and we have
money. I actually want to talk to you about that, Graham, because I think one of our money-making strategies could be to go alt-right. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about that.
You feel good about that?
Yeah, dude, let's do it. I mean, I'm done with these libtards out here. Let's go.
Fucking libtards, get your shot or die. I don't wanna see you in Whole Foods. Donald Trump, the election was stolen. All right, let's welcome everybody to this show. It's the Great Alt-Right Mistake. What's up with the libtards over there, Graham?
Oh man, the libtards over here are looking milquetoast. Oh, they're looking like little flimmy flammies.
Oh, wait a minute. How do they identify?
Oh, as trans non-binary, guess what I identify as? Alt-right balls. It's okay to have a black guy or an Asian woman on a box of rice. It's okay to have a white person on a box of rice. It doesn't matter. Rice is not racist.
Rice is not
Racist.
libtard.
Guys, that was another episode of The Great Mistake. The Great Alt-Right Mistake. But we're here looking at all sides, equally, impartially. I mean, I would say I'm a little partial, but we're working on it. We're talking about it. You know, that's what we do. We're not quick to react, yet we're deliberate in how we respond. Ooh, how about that? My name is Graham Rogers. If you like the show, you know, give us a follow, give a review, share it with your friends.
Yeah, reviews are important.
Give a lot of reviews. You can even say this is awesome, or just put the letter A, and that's something. Let's get it going.
Do AAF. Awesome as fuck.
Awesome as fuck. I don't want to work at a restaurant no more. Let's go. I'm done. You know. Yeah. Gerard, you want to take him out, bad boy?
I do.
Yeah. Gerard Bauer, everybody.